Hello and welcome to the Knobheads podcast once again. This episode something or other.
Something or other. That's what the fuck we calling it.
Other or something, and it's gonna be the best episode we've ever done. So doesn't matter which episode it is.
Don't fucking matter.
All right, you got your host David Ekunno and
Charlie motherfucking Miller, aka TLC, three-legged Charlie, aka in your bitch right now, aka in your mama right now, aka guard your bitch, aka
the shortest man in the world, aka
we got the jokey jokes,
aka he's in your mother because he
nigga, you aka tightest pants in the world, nigga, like what are you talking about? Like,
aka he's in your mother because he can literally fit inside her, aka your shirts show your heartbeat. AKA that's because my chest is fucking huge.
Or maybe your shirts are fucking small. They fucking tiny.
AKA
you're the reason why medium was invented.
All of your shirts are tiny because you're tiny.
You look like you wear my shirts, bitch. You look like you wear my shirts.
You look like you need my shirts.
No, I don't, because they're my shirts, nigga. Like, what are you talking about?
Okay. All right, but we're doing an episode, and we're talking, I got one topic for you guys. It's going to be about sluts. So, you saw
that's sluts. I know it sounds like he said sleuts or sleuts like a detective, but you got to understand, he's from London. Yeah, so he doesn't pronounce certain things correctly. Like, he doesn't... okay. The language, he doesn't speak proper English. Okay, because he doesn't speak proper English. That's what people got to understand.
Now I'm really angry. I'm glad you said it like that, because I'm from, like, what country? Hey man, what country am I from?
Africa.
Hey dude, what country do I come from? Africa is not a country, by the way. Okay, your ancestors.
Oh my God, nigga, you know what I mean.
The math right now.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you meant, and you need to say something else when I say country. I'm from Africa for sure. I'm from Nigeria, but what country did I fly from 5 years ago? Tell the listeners right fucking now. Okay, what's the name of the country?
You came from the land of Adidas tracksuits and pocket knives.
Okay,
AKA America's wannabe.
AKA America's fucking daddy, bro. We're your daddy. We're honestly your daddy. We came here and we.
So you're saying we grew up and we beat your ass?
I don't know what that means. But you came out of our seed. You are us. You are settlers that came to America, and you wanted to stay for some fucking reason.
Okay, and didn't y'all try to fight us and we taxed that ass? Yeah, right? Because you was trying to run shit over here.
I guess some of us came.
And then the 13 colonies was like, you got me fucked up. And they spanked that ass.
I guess some of us came to your house and maybe you fended us off. It's all good. It's fine. It's history. Don't have to talk about it. But the point is, I'm from England, all right? And where does English come from? It comes from England because that's the etymology of the word. You guys changed it. It's fine. But if anyone talks proper English, it's still there. It's all good. It's us.
You know what I seen? I seen a post the other day that made me think I was like, fucking right.
Oh, what?
I was like,
what did it say?
England people always got some fucking shit to say differently. Like, just like, what the fuck? Like, I'm surprised y'all still say mac and cheese, like, instead of like pitty wickles and chonkers or some shit like that. Like, it's always some extra pitty wickles and chonkers, nigga.
I don't know who.
Would you like some pitty wickles and chonkers?
No one says that.
Yeah.
But America's literally the ones that change everything. I think America changed everything because they wanted to be different, because they wanted to like really fucking instate the fact that we're not you anymore. But you guys took the monarchy away, even though you guys want to call each other kings and queens all the fucking time. It makes no sense.
That's black people.
It's fine.
That's a whole different thing. That's black people. Don't even try it.
I guess, yeah, you're probably right about that. Took the monarchy away. You changed some of the language. You use Z's instead of S's.
Y'all don't even follow y'all monarchy, so okay.
I mean, we still have them.
Y'all have them, but nigga,
tradition.
Okay, but who's really in control?
I mean, not done, but
okay then. Like, so what are you talking about?
But they're still there.
It's literally just there to be there.
I mean, kind of for tradition, I guess. But I mean, America took all of these things away. The biggest one, which is the most upsetting to me, is the fact that you changed football into a sport that doesn't even use the feet, doesn't make any fucking sense. But you guys wanted to do that. You guys said, whatever they do, we have to change everything so we're different. So if anyone changes anything, it's you guys, man. Which is fine.
And we end up becoming the most popular, country in the world.
Yeah. So
look at that.
Whoop-de-doo.
Look at that.
Yeah. Oh, what are you going to do? But yeah, we're talking sleuts. I'm still saying sleuts. I said it like that
you're
now.
A sleut. We're talking sleuts because you're a sleut.
It could be sleut. Yeah, it could be sleuthy. Sluts.
So what is a slut, David?
Yeah, that's a good question. My working definition is gonna be
your mom.
I mean, like other than her, my working definition is gonna be someone who overindulges in their sexuality. Overindulges in sexuality. Yeah.
I like that definition. I'm not gonna lie, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it because you pick those specific words in that specific frame of a sentence for a reason. Because there are people out there who do high amount of sexual activity, but it's not overindulging themselves.
Yeah, let's figure out where that line is. Okay, so if a guy is sleeping with 2 girls a week, but they're the same girls every single week, and they don't know they don't know about each other, is he slutty? Is that slutty activity?
It depends upon if these girls know that they're not the only ones.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They don't know about each other.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because now if he told them hey, I'm talking to somebody else, or I may mess around with somebody else, mm-hmm. Then he's not a slut or whatever. But if he
is doing it behind her back and he's doing the other one behind
constantly, continuously, then it's
slutty.
Well, you know what? I wouldn't call him a slut. I'd call him.
Well, is it slutty behavior? Is what I'm saying.
Somewhat, yeah. But I wouldn't call him a slut. Now, if it was like a harem of girls, then yeah. But if it's just one other one, then it's like, okay, you're not a slut. At that point, he's not in a relationship, so I don't want to say cheating.
Transition.
I don't want to say cheating because he's not in a relationship, but I'll say that he has a dishonest dick.
Dishonest dick. He has a DD. Okay, we'll take it.
He has a
dishonest dick. It's slutty behavior.
Like I said, it's just one other girl.
Spoken like a true slut.
No, you bitch.
Alright, how about a girl who blows the entire football team, but everybody knows, and they're safe about it too. Everyone's tested. She just likes to do it because she's trying to get better at blowing, and everybody knows. That's what she does. Sandra comes in, she sucks your dick, and it's fine. It's initiation. Is that slutty?
Nah.
No.
Nah.
No. No.
No.
No.
No. Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes and no.
Tell me why both.
I don't know because.
What's the confusion?
Because hoe is life, nigga.
Okay,
hoe is life.
So it is slutty.
Hand clap. Hoe is life. But no, for real though. On a serious note, I say yes and no because, like I said, the communication is there. Everybody knows. The football players know. She knows that the football players know. It's communication of we like her giving us head. She likes to give head. It's just a sexual thing that everybody knows or whatever. Everything is consensual. Everything is, transparent and whatnot. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that it's not necessarily being a hoe. I think she is just having fun, honestly. I think she's just having fun.
Yeah, I think it is slutty. I think for sure. How many people are on a football team roster or on a lineup?
Are we talking second and third strings too? Are we talking second and third strings?
Let's just say just the first.
First strings?
Yeah.
About 12, I think.
So that's 12 cocks.
11 or 12, one of them, I forgot.
It's 12 dicks in your mouth.
So
12 dicks. That's slutty. I'm not even I'm not gonna shame it. It's fine, but I think it's like
okay. So what about?
I think what we're doing is we're going. If it's slutty, it's bad. But if it's slutty, it's as I just defined it, overindulging in sexuality. That's kind of an overindulgence. Like you don't need that many dicks in your throat.
I don't.
But if you want to do it, that's still fine. If you want to be slutty, that's cool.
I don't think it's overindulgence because I look at it as a simple fact of why does it have to be slutty? Like who decides that it's slutty? Why can't it?
I do. I set the rules. I wrote them about.
But that's what I'm saying though. That's what I'm saying though. It's all about like society and whatnot. Yeah. Like who's to say like she just can't have her fun? Like she's like, she can. Okay. But that's what I'm saying though. Why can't she have her fun without being labeled a slut or a hoe or this, that, and the other? Why can't it just just embracing her sexuality, her sexual drive, her sexual nature?
Okay,
because this brings back the old conversation
because if my daughter or a female growing up looks at that and doesn't see it in the way that like it's not described to her as if like that is promiscuous, that is slutty behavior, then I think she needs that information with it. She can't just see that and go, well, that's just Aunt Margaret just doing Aunt Margaret's thing. You know what I mean? Because then what does she grow up and start doing and think is just completely normal? Like so, we can still say that's abnormal and that's slutty behavior, but also it's fine if you're doing things that are slutty. You don't have to think that person doesn't have to be exiled from fucking society or even shamed.
I mean, I get what you're saying. You're instilling and structuring traditional values inside of your daughter.
But also, like, just the truth is what it is. The truth. If you're sucking 12 dicks every 2 weeks, then that's slutty behavior. I'm not gonna tell my daughter, well, as long as you're safe and you make sure you have an agreement with the whole team. It's not really slutty. Don't let anyone. It is. And if someone tells you that it's slutty, you can go, yeah, it's slutty, but I don't fucking care.
I mean, well, yeah, there's that truth too, because just like they say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So it's basically, in my opinion, like sluttiness, or like just in general, people's judgment of you. Like there are some people. Yeah. This is literally an example. There are some people who may look at somebody and be like, "Oh, she's a slut because she slept with 2 people in a week or 2 people in a month." And there are other people who be like, "Who gives a fuck if she slept with 2 people in a month?" Or da da da. Like it's all in the eye of the beholder.
It's so subjective.
Yeah, it's all subjective at the end of the day.
Yeah, but I think we can probably agree to more majority consensual ideas about what slutty is. And sleeping with 2 people in a month, if you think that's slutty, you're probably just really conservative and prudish, and Amish or something.
It's only slutty if
what?
She gets the coronavirus. It's only slutty if she gets the coronavirus.
Wow, that's crazy.
What if you get the coronavirus in one part of you?
In one part of me?
Yeah.
Like just my leg or something?
Like your dick.
Just my dick.
What if she gives you the coronavirus in your dick?
Then I guess I have an infected dick.
Got an STI.
Got an ST coronavirus. Have you been reading up about the coronavirus? Do you care about it? Is it something?
I mean, I don't know. I'm a little confused because some sources are saying that it's like bigger than what they're saying on the news. Other sources are saying that they're making it way bigger in the news than what it really is. And other people are saying like, oh, this coronavirus thing has been around for a while. It just came back. And then some people also saying like, no, it's different because this is a new strain. Because this for sure been around for a while, for like decades. Mm-hmm. But some people are saying like, oh, like, no, this is a new strain, this, that, and the other. And other people are saying people are blowing it up because the flu, based on the numbers they give, and they saying the flu kills like 5 or 10 times more people a year than the coronavirus. And it's just a bunch of things. I don't know. So, that's what I said. I don't know how to feel about it because it's just so many different things circulating around it. Yeah. I do, like, my gut is telling me a little bit that it is being blown out of proportion slightly. Yeah. Because when I think about, and they could be lying about these numbers, but when I think about the number of people that they've reported dead versus that is infected, because they keep excessively raising the number of people that have been infected in China. So it's like they're not sugarcoating how fast you can catch it. But as far as how many people dying from it, like that's still extremely low. I think at one point, it's probably past this now, but at one point they said, oh, it's like 150,000 people are infected in China and stuff. But I think they said, was it 20? Less than 100 people have died from it. I was like, we got 140,000 people infected with something and less than 100 people died from something. Like, that's less than 10% in XYZ and all that. It makes me question.
That would be less than 1%.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it makes me question. It's like, oh, okay. And then they came out with something else saying like, yeah, and those people who died from it, I mean, not to say that the coronavirus didn't help, but they said those people were low-key on their way out because they were people who were already sick or old. Yeah. So basically, it's like their immune system wasn't able to fight against common things, period.
Yeah, the immune system gave up and corona came along and, oh, shit. It's time to go. Yeah.
And then I heard that, I mean, I'm not sure. You're the one in the medical field, not me, but I heard that it's a virus that basically attacks your immune system now.
Yeah, you told me that as well. You told me that you heard that, and I haven't looked it up. I didn't know that about it.
It sounds like AIDS by air or HIV by air. Like it attacks your immune system.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't read any more, so I'm not even sure. What I have absorbed about it is that its death rate is 2%, which is half of SARS. In fact, SARS is a type of coronavirus. This is just a different, like you said, it's a different strain, so it is new that broke out in China, and its death rate is 2%. And I guess one of the big reasons, which I've told you before, of why it's making such a big wave is because its transmission rate is so high. Because people that catch the germs of the disease or the microbes can transmit it to someone else before they even get symptoms, like within the incubation time, which is the time it takes for you to actually develop the symptoms. So people don't know to self-quarantine themselves and stay away from other people because they don't have the symptoms, and then they transmit it to people that they're around.
That's the scariest part. I think that's what's adding to half the fear.
Yeah, I think
is the highly contagiousness part of it.
Yeah,
like not necessarily the. Like I said, I don't know specific facts. I'm just going off what I've read, what I believe and stuff. But yeah, like not the death rate. I think it's a simple fact of it's highly contagious.
Yeah, because it's like new and everyone's getting it. Well, not everybody, but so many people are getting it. And it's like, well, it's something new. I don't know what's going to happen to me if I get it.
Exactly. You hit it on the head. It's new because there are countless things out there that are highly contagious.
But we know
that
about
people,
it.
Yeah, but we know about it and people get it and this, that, and the other. But we know how to control it. We have vaccines for it. Like our body probably throughout the last year or whatever has come in contact with countless different germs, bacteria, diseases, this, that, and the other, and fought against it.
You just got the fake flu that just happened to you.
Oh my God.
But yes, that. What else did I read about it? I haven't read anything about it attacking the immune system. I didn't. But one thing I will say that I kind of made an observation about, which isn't news, but it's something that kind of clicked for me, is it's the government that hides information whilst the media over broadcasts it. So if it's not out in the media, if it's not in the news yet, journalists haven't picked it up, then it might be something that's bigger than the footprint that it leaves on the internet, if that makes any sense. Like it might be a big deal, but because the government want to suppress it and they want to keep hysteria away from the population, then they'll stop it from spreading.
Well, that can go both ways though, because it can go in a way to where it really is a big deal and the government is trying to suppress it.
Yeah.
Or it could go in a way the government knows it's not something to be concerned with.
Sure.
But the internet and the media and society in general takes it and run with it and make it a big deal.
So that's my next part. So when media gets a hold of it, when the media starts to talk about pretty much anything, I don't think there's ever been anything that the media has talked about in a way that is actually requisite to how dangerous it is. Because
that's human nature. Let me tell you something.
Yeah,
it's human nature.
I'm not saying it's not human nature, but I'm just saying that's what I've observed.
It's human nature in this society to take things and make a big deal out of them when half the time it's not a big deal. But based off society and based off what we see on social media and based off what we see on the internet and how people are and stuff and all that, we make it big deals. Yeah.
So exactly that. And I think when it hits the media, that's when you see that happening. And in this case, I think it is that. But then I also read this story about one of the first guys who discovered the coronavirus.
Oh yeah, he died.
Yeah, and he contracted it off one of his patients that he was treating, and died like within a month later. And he was being treated in the hospital. And then I go, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah,
and he's a young guy.
Which is uncommon because there's been people living with this coronavirus for longer.
Right.
So why? And he's a doctor, so why all of a sudden he died?
Yeah. So I don't know. So that makes me think. I don't know what's like. Is there actually real danger to this that we don't know about yet?
No, I don't think it's real danger.
Was there something else to his death that we don't know about?
I more so think that. I think because he was one of the first, aka
like he was like a whistleblower.
Yeah, like whistleblower, just kind of maybe speaking a little bit more about it. And people wanted him. It's possible. I mean, all I'm saying is I don't put nothing past China. I don't put nothing past the world when it comes to like hiding this, that, and the other. Like they've proven in court certain things. Like they've proven in court that the U.S. government was involved in the assassination of Malcolm X.
Oh no,
and whatnot. They've
America.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's America. But I'm saying in general, like there's a bunch of different things like out there, like 9/11, that they've proven. Like,
what they proven about the 9/11?
Correct me if I'm wrong, like, but and it's been a while
since
I read about it, but same thing.
About what?
That America was involved somehow in the 9/11 thing.
That's still speculation.
But that's what I'm saying though. But this
evidence about that.
But this, I mean, like I said, that has research and stuff. I'm not too up to date up on it, but all I'm saying is I don't put stuff past like the world in general and the higher up powers that be.
Yeah.
When it comes to if they don't want something out there, or if they don't want certain messages to be spread or XYZ,
yeah.
I don't put it past them that they won't assassinate or kill somebody in some form or fashion.
Do something shady.
Yeah.
And cover it up.
Exactly.
Wow. We got pretty far from sluts, huh?
I'll segue it back. We digress, but we bring it back because the sluts out there are the ones
who are responsible for 9/11, huh?
On the head. You hit the nail on the fucking head.
Breaking news, dude.
Because the government is sluts. They fuck everybody. Oh, you see how I brought that around?
You kind of did.
You see how I brought that
around? I get it. The thing I said was awful. You somehow spun it. Good job. But yeah. What else did I have about slutology?
Before we get into that though, have you heard about Dwayne Wade's son?
Yeah. My mom was just watching that on YouTube.
Yeah, so apparently his son has came out as transgender.
Yes.
Like, I forgot the son, like, boy name, but the girl name now is Zaya.
Yes.
He's a 12-year-old kid who now identifies themselves as a girl named Zaya.
Yes.
And stuff. I think like a year or two ago, it was confirmed, or maybe he came out or whatever saying like, oh, now like I'm gay or whatever, or you know I like boys or whatever. If I'm not mistaken, something like that.
His sexuality came out first, and then now he wants to be a woman or a female.
So he identifies
first, and then he went. You know,
or she, whatever. Like the child identifies as a girl now.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of factors that I'm not gonna lie that run through my mind. Like when I think about that situation.
Like what?
Like number one is, are you old enough to properly process this decision that you're making? You're 12 years old. Like there's a good chance that you're not even like fully processing in general, like feelings and emotions and XYZ and
like
this, that,
your
and
brain isn't all the way
your brain definitely isn't all the way developed. Like even it isn't even mostly developed. Like as far as deciding like, nah, like I'm in the wrong body, I should be a girl. That is a little bit of like, you know, because I feel like why do you, I almost want to ask like, why do you feel that way? Like nothing wrong with him being gay, bi, straight, whatever and stuff, but it's like, why do you think you're in the wrong body? Like it's like you can be whoever you want to be in the same body. If you want to like dudes, if you want to do this, that, and the other. Yeah. So I don't know. It's like I said, I feel mixed feelings about it.
Dwayne Wade has asked his son those questions.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe he has.
I think he like I think as his father, and coming to his dad with
as her father,
and coming to his dad with such a, you know, a serious decision. I think he's asked him the questions, right? Like,
right.
I think they've had a conversation, and Dwayne has seen it in his child's eyes that it's something that she means. So there's that at first. What else did you say?
Like, body including brain isn't fully processed.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So what I was thinking is, I mean, you don't have to, like, she can decide to be a woman or a female now, but I don't think, like, they're not getting gender reassignment surgery. It's nothing permanent. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
true.
Do your thing. Figure it out. If you like it, you like it. If you don't like it and you want to be a guy in 2 years or in a year or next week, then you be a guy in a year or next week.
Right.
But I for sure think they've had a conversation. Like, he came on Ellen about it. He's outspoken about it, and he's backing his child. He's supporting his child about this thing. So I don't think Dwayne is some guy that's gonna go, oh, he said that, so let's just pull out all the stops for no fucking reason. They've probably had multiple conversations, and his child is for sure serious about this.
But you don't think? But that's adds on to my point. You don't think that a 12-year-old child can, for a period of time, feel like they really know what they want, when it's not uncommon for 12-year-olds to think that they know what they want, or that they know XYZ for their life, and then like next year they have completely different feelings. Like you said, like he could be like, oh, you know what? Nah, yeah, I don't want to be a girl. I'm just a boy who likes boys. Da da da.
Yeah, and if the decision is something that's not permanently removing you from going back to the old state, then I think it's something that's fine to try out. Well, I don't think there's too much wrong with trying it out, but I'm never gonna let the guy raise his son, you know? Yeah,
no, definitely. That's his son at the end of the day, which is another thing. Like,
and I think you can gauge, as a parent, if it's one of those things that you need to be stern about, and that you need to tell your son, nah, don't do that, or your daughter, nah, you're not, this is a temporary thing.
Yeah, this is a phase.
I think there is a point where it goes to, I'm not sure. This motherfucker could be dead serious and could really need this. And even if I don't, because he doesn't want it. You saw him on Ellen. That guy looked fucking miserable. He doesn't want this. But if he sees it in his son's eyes, that it's something that he must have, and it might be something that he wants forever, then I think it makes sense to let him try it out.
Right. I mean, and also like you said earlier, like, who am I to tell him how to raise his child? Because if he tells me anything about raising my child, I'm gonna be like, kiss my ass.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, whatever. At the same time.
Go on. Do
somebody,
an entire 180.
Somebody was like, because I was talking to somebody about it after I had heard some video, seen some video about this girl disagreeing with the whole thing and stuff. And I was like, after I heard the video of me and this person, I was like, I semi-agree with the woman. And I was like, what you mean? If Zaya wants to be Zaya, I was like, yeah, Zaya can be Zaya. Dwayne Wade can raise his child how he wants to, da-da-da.
Yeah.
I was like, but there are certain things that the girl was saying were valid points. Like the girl was saying, damn, I wish I could have them send the video. I'm going to text them, see if they can send the video also. But I only heard it once.
Yeah, what's one point that she made?
Don't tell me this girl left her phone here. But in the video,
Sounds like it.
you heard that thing? But in the video, the girl was basically saying, like, if there was anything else, people would be like, oh, nah, like, stop that shit, that's ridiculous. But because of lately, with the whole trans thing or whatever, people are accepting it. Because the girl was making a case saying if the child had said, well, Dad, I truly feel like I'm a dog, then Dwayne Wade would have been like, stop that shit. You ain't no Labrador. You're not a pit bull. Like, you're a human fucking being. Like, you know, because at that point, and I honestly feel like in this society, we're almost at a snowball effect to where people can damn near, if you saying that, you can damn near be able to say, I'm transracial, I'm trans age, I'm this, that, and the other. Like, because who's to say...
I feel Asian.
You know, for real, no. Who's to say if somebody feel like, oh, I actually feel like I'm a boy in a girl body, or I'm a girl in a boy body.
I feel like I'm 6'4", so just treat me as such, please.
Who's to say that somebody can't say, like, if we wanted to make it more realistic, who's to say a white dude growing up in the hood, maybe adopted by black people and stuff, this, that, and the other, who's to say he can't say, I am a black person, I'm transracial and stuff, that we're crossing into that barrier and stuff, because I said, who are we to say that? Like, this is how that person feels, just like these other people feel like they're girls, they're boys, this, that, and the other. And the person was trying to argue with me about it, because I was like, then it leads to the point of trans age and stuff and all that. And who's to say a 45-year-old man can't say, I feel like I'm 16 years old? And stuff.
You can say like that.
So why can't I date 16-year-old girls? Like, it gets to points and stuff like that.
Illegal.
Yeah, I get that. That's illegal, XYZ. But I'm saying, who are we? If we're allowing, like, you know, the transgender type stuff, like, should at that point, everything? Then, like I said, it can. You have to be able to see the possibility of the snowball effect, because now,
there is a snowball.
Yeah, I'm about to say, because now we're entering in the realm of subjectivity of, like, how these people feel about themselves. So who are we to tell them how they feel about themselves versus what society in general thinks is too ridiculous to entertain? Because it can be argued that transracial and trans age can be more understandable than transgender, because trans race can be more blurred. Like, that race is a more blurred subject than gender. Like,
is it?
Yes, because race is so mixed in with stuff.
Because race is like an experience.
It's an experience, and also it's so mixed and stuff. I was like, that's even more blurred than gender. Like, when your gender is your gender when you're born,
but your race is also your race when you're born.
Right, but I'm saying that I can identify because that's literally in me as whatever I want. That's what I'm saying. It's a more blurred territory. Even to an extent, age is. Like I said, if that 45-year-old man said, I really feel like I'm a 16-year-old.
Yeah, but you're just a 45-year-old man that feels like a 16-year-old.
Right, I get that. But you're just a 45-year-old man who feels like a 16-year-old. So why can't the same be saying you're just a boy who feels like they're a girl? So why does society have to, you know what I'm saying, automatically say, okay, then you're a girl. Why can't the 45-year-old man have it to where society's like, okay, you're 16-year-old, you can date this 16-year-old girl and stuff. If that's how you truly feel. That's what I was saying back to the girl.
So there's the 2 points. There's the first point that the child is too young. I'm gonna say fucking she did. She's 12, and that I completely agree with that perspective. That it seems like she's too young to make those kind of decisions. However, I think we just talked about that as if the decision, even the decision is a deep decision, but because the decision is something that's kind of reversible, unless she goes on to do the transgender or the gender reassignment surgery, it's still reversible. So she can try it out and see how she feels, and that's fine. So that's that. But the second point about the snowball effect and how if you allow one thing, you kind of have to accommodate everyone else who wants to say you're transracial or trans age or trans species for whatever fucking reason. What we've identified within humans is that this transgender thing, it is still at this point, it's still called or referred to as a mental disorder. But it's a real mental disorder that affects people. Like, people for sure have a dysmorphia that makes them feel like they're really the soul, or whatever you want to call it. They have the essence or the consciousness of the gender that they weren't physically assigned to. That's for sure. And that if people are really going out of their way, enough percentage of human beings are going out of their way to for sure cut their dicks off. I believe you, dude. The second you take a scissors to your dick, I believe you. So that's a real thing. People that have trans age or people that want to identify as a different age, there isn't enough people that have that in a real way. And when I say a real way, like in a way that they're willing to sacrifice something in order to make that their reality. So it's like I don't think it's something that at the moment we can treat on the same level as transgenderism for that reason. And also because, well, two things, I guess. Also because, like something like age, if you're 45 years old, that means you've lived for 45 years. Right. So even if you feel like you're 16, that doesn't, the things that come along with being a 16-year-old, you've lived for 45 years of age. That means if you date someone who's 16, you have the wisdom to take advantage of them in ways that we don't want in a civilized society. Because this 16-year-old is kind of naive to a lot of things, and she doesn't need to be, or he doesn't need to be introduced to things that you as a 45-year-old know.
I mean, I get that, but that's why I said, like, what if this 45-year-old feels and thinks for real that they are 16? Like, whether they have lived 45 years or not. Like I said, the debate I had...
of a 16-year-old?
Yeah, like the debate I had with somebody earlier, they was like, it's different because if you're 45 years old, then you're 45 years old. That's what defines a 45-year-old. The fact that you lived 45 years.
Yeah.
She was like, that's the only thing that defines a 45-year-old. She was like, but like,
and that's the same for gender, by the way.
That was my exact argument back. I was like, in the same thing. If you're born one gender, then you're born that gender.
Yeah, you look down, like, you know what the fuck you are.
Then that's what it is.
If you're unsure, look down again.
Exactly.
But that actually sounds different. We've because so many people have this dysmorphia, we've I guess come to appreciate that within your head you can legitimately associate with the gender or the sex that you weren't physically assigned to. And we're accommodating that because it is a real disorder. It is at the moment it's labeled a mental disorder, and I kind of believe it is a mental disorder, but it's one that we can kind of have damage control about. And people are willing to go under the knife to realign their reality to fit what's inside their brain, and it's not hurting anyone. So it's like, whatever. Let people do what they do.
Absolutely. Which, like I said earlier, this is Zaya's life. However Zaya want to be.
I will say one thing, though. I don't think I've seen any evidence. Because you know how there's like an increased suicide rate in the transgender, community? Yeah. I haven't seen any evidence that says after gender reassignment surgery that rate goes down. So it might this thing really might just be a horrible psychological ailment that is affecting people, and it's making them much more predisposed to depression. And also because in society it's something that's new and it's something that we don't know how to accept, maybe that's helping that depression develop a little bit. I don't know. Correct. But it could just be something that is like a real psychological disease or form of dementia, and we're trying to accommodate these kind of people as well as we can, and that's really it. It might just be that. It might just be this mental illness that we're trying to accommodate.
You know what I got from all this? I got from whether it's being a slut, labeled a slut, or slutty behavior, from coronavirus, the seriousness of it, or stigma in general around any type of like fucking type of thing, sickness, or even the whole transgender thing. Yeah. I think that what I got from all of this is that
David is the coolest guy you've
no, kiss my ass. What I got from it was,
it looked like you were gonna say that.
There's a lot of fucking gray area, a lot of like eye of the beholder in a lot of this shit.
A lot of subjectiveness, a lot of
different
perspectives.
A lot of like, what do you see it as? Like, it is whatever your personal truth is. Like how serious or how much you take it as.
Yeah, that is the beauty of conversation. I've always, like, the way I direct my conversation, my perspectives, is always trying to, like, favor efficacy. Like, what is the most effective way to make people feel like long-term satisfaction? So whenever I have a perspective, that's what I'm trying to think about. Because a lot of the times you'll have short-term satisfaction, or your emotions just have a response that make you want to throw something aside. But I always try and take a second look at it and think, wait, but in the long term, where do we want to be as a society? What makes the most sense?
Right. Makes sense. Yeah.
Anything else you want to mention before we tune out?
Go off your opinion, because at the end of the day, what a lot of people forget is the fact that it's your life that you are living. You have to deal with it and look yourself in the mirror at the end of the day. So don't live for nobody else. Live for yourself.
True that. This has been episode, I don't know, something or other, with your host David Ekunno and
Charlie Miller, a.k.a. TLC, a.k.a. Three-Legged Charlie, a.k.a. In Your Mom, a.k.a. In Your Girl, a.k.a. Big Willie, a.k.a. I threw that last new one in there.
Yeah. He's getting more names, a.k.a.
a.k.a. I forgot about that one, a.k.a.
Oh, good, we brought it back. You guys have a good day. Please comment, like, subscribe. We value you guys that do that. But also have a great day. That's it.
Bad bitches in my celly. Anime on the telly. Getting cheese, I like lettuce, bread, and I'm stacking bread like a